Welcome to Greer's Rod Shop. Today we are going to be working on my number 2 daughter's 2013 V6 Mustang 3.7 liter. When I bought the car, it had a muffler delete. I've already put new mufflers on it, but then I realized that it had a cat delete, and we are going to remove the cat delete, put on factory catalytic converters with resonators, brand new O2 sensors, and that way it will sound factory and it will not smell bad because the catalytic converters will be doing their job. So let's get started.
And my dad's putting the stock exhaust back on, so she's not gonna be loud anymore.
Be sure to unhook the negative cable to your battery. When you're working with sensors or around the starter, which we're going to be with the exhaust pipes, you wanna make sure that those wires are not hot. You're gonna see why later in this video. I shorted out the starter just barely and it could have been real bad. So unhook that negative battery cable to be safe. Quick side note, whether you're using a lift or a jack, these little jack pads are really handy. They slip onto the rail of the car and keep you from bending that rail. They have a little magnet in them right up in here so it sticks to the car while you position your jack. These are definitely worth the money. First thing I'm gonna do is spray everything down with some PB Blaster to start helping the rust on those bolts get loosened up. Be sure you get the oxygen sensors. This is looking up the driver's side. You can see oxygen sensor up there. You can see an oxygen sensor downstream. This is where the catalytic converter should be. And then way up in there is where the flanges bolt to the exhaust manifold. Passenger side, downstream, oxygen sensor, upstream, flange bolts up there. Then there's a joint here. Then as you move to the back of the car, there's a joint here, and then those go back to mufflers at the rear. This is the driver's side downstream. You see it's got a little tab right here. It's very difficult to get your hand up in here. So I'm gonna try popping this tab loose so that I can let it hang and then maybe get to it a little better. All right, I have the tab loose, so now you can see I can get it down a little bit where I can squeeze it and pull it apart with both hands, hopefully. This is the passenger side downstream. It's right up by the transmission. It's difficult to get both your hands in there, so I'm gonna try to use a screwdriver to press the tab down and pull it apart. Here's that passenger side. As I was pulling on it to try to get it apart, it popped off the tab up there pretty easily, so I think that's the way to do it, is pull it loose of the tab where it's held to that other wire loom, and then you can get both hands on it to squeeze it apart. Okay, I realized I don't really need to take these O2 sensors out because I'm gonna replace them with new ones. So I just have them all unplugged and I'm just gonna let the wires dangle. If you were replacing these and keeping your O2 sensors, then you would need to take them apart. But since I'm putting new ones in the new system, I'm just gonna leave them in there. So now I'm gonna take apart at the flanges and here and back at the back. I'm using an air impact with a series of extensions and a universal joint and a 15mm deep socket to get to the exhaust flange bolts where they bolt to the manifold. And I only need the universal for the top. That one's pretty snug. I may have to put some heat on it. Let's try the other side. That one's not budging, so we'll put some heat on that one. I'm gonna try to put some heat on that stubborn bottom bolt with my little torch. You want to make sure that any of your wires or anything important is out of the way and try to focus the heat right on the bolt. Can't get my torch quite as close up in there as I would like, but this is working, I think. That did the job. Just remember that bolt's going to be really hot. All right, now that I have the manifold flange bolts done, I'm going to take off these for the up pipe and then these for the X pipe. And then we'll see if I have to take off the rear pipes or not, hopefully not. These are also 15mm. These I'm just gonna loosen a little bit. And you can see that they're sagging because that helps keep everything together. So I'm gonna put one of my tall jack stands under here to support it. Now we'll see if we can get it apart without taking everything, the whole back pipe off. All right, that side had enough slack up here once I pulled the flange back to work it off. So that's one down pipe. That one came loose fine. Let's see if we can get the X pipe out. All right, I have both of the pipes headed to the back, supported with jack stands. All right, and the X pipe is loose. Here are the new oxygen sensors. There's 2 for upstream and 2 for downstream. They have different type of connectors. You can see here, that way you can't get them mixed up. I'll put the part numbers in the description. I decided to go ahead and pre-install the oxygen sensors while it's laying on the floor. So I'm gonna remove these plugs. I double checked which ones are upstream and which ones are downstream. I'm gonna apply some anti-seize to the threads of the oxygen sensors. Sometimes these already come with some on there, but if it doesn't, you wanna add a little bit more. Now I'm gonna snug them up with the oxygen sensor socket tool. Probably double check them again once they're on the car. I have all the oxygen sensors installed. Hopefully they won't be in the way when fitting them in to the car. Installation is the reverse of removal. I'm gonna start with the H pipe. I'm not gonna tighten any clamps anywhere until I get it all fitted up. I've got that one in place with the 2 nuts on the flange up there to hold it. Okay, I've got the 2 flange nuts on both of those, so now I'm gonna put the clamps on. The back already has the clamps installed, I just slipped them in. I'm putting these clamps on loosely for the moment. I'm also gonna angle them up where there's nothing that hangs down. This car is pretty low to the ground, so I'm gonna rotate the clamps up where I can still get to the nuts on them, but nothing really hangs lower than the resonator here. I'm gonna start tightening the flanges at the exhaust manifolds and then work my way back. I'm also gonna make sure that they are hanging pretty well straight with the center line of the car. The oxygen sensors do make it a little bit harder to get your fingers up there on that flange nut. I'm taking these back off, putting a little lubricating oil on them since they were rusty. Well, that was exciting. I just accidentally touched the starter positive lead with the bottle. Be sure you unplug the battery before you attempt working around the starter. I'm gonna snug up the flanges. I'm gonna leave these loose for now and tighten up the back to the factory pipes back here first. Used my jacks to get the system up and fairly level. See what happens. I got them real tight to hopefully pinch that and make a good seal. Both clamps tight, both factory clamps tight. Flanges are tight. I'm gonna let down the jacks. This side seems to be hanging down a little bit further, so I'm gonna loosen all the clamps on this side, including at the flange, and see if I can rotate this up, because where it's attached at the flange, I think dictates how far down or up this hangs. This side looks pretty good. It's pretty nice and tight up against the bottom of the car, but this is pretty far down. I think I'm gonna go back and loosen all to allow the H pipe to rotate a little bit. All right, everything's loose. I'm gonna leave this flange tight because it's up high where I want it. Oh yeah, that made a big difference. All right, I'm gonna hold the catalytic converter downpipe assemble up where I want it and tighten the top flange with the idea that that top flange will pull it up. That's much better. Now I'll carefully tighten the bottom and the top a little bit at a time because I wanna make sure it doesn't pull back down. All right, those are nice and tight. Okay, I have both flange nuts tight on both sides. I've got the clamps to the H pipe tight. I've got the stock clamps to the tailpipes tight. So the only thing left to do is to hook up oxygen sensors. The catalytic converters do make it more of a challenge to get your hands up in there. Once you get it snapped in place, give it a good tug and make sure it's tight. And then make sure your wires are routed where they're not laying against the hot exhaust pipe. I'm gonna double check all the oxygen sensors are tight. Some spots are pretty tight to get that little special wrench in, but I have a 7/8 flare nut wrench, so I'm just gonna use that to snug them up. Okay, those are all tight. All right, a quick double check. Oxygen sensors are installed, tight, and plugged in. Installed, tight, plugged in. Got that one back in its little clip. Oxygen sensors plugged in. Oh, I have to go back and do that oxygen sensor from the top. That was the upstream on the passenger side. That one's good. I got flange bolts tight, clamps tight, clamps tight. I think we're ready to plug that last one in, lower it down, and see how it sounds. Here's the view from the top. You can see that connector right here. So it was very easy to put that upstream passenger side O2 sensor connector back together from the top. There was a check engine light because the oxygen sensors were not reading the exhaust stream properly without the catalytic converters, and the car had not been tuned for that. So now that the catalytic converters are installed, I'm going to use the OBD II wireless transmitter that I have that I've already plugged in, along with the app on my phone to reset that check engine light. Okay, all done. Engine light is reset. I use the OBD II Fusion app for iPhone. You can check it out on the App Store. I also use this iCar Pro from Amazon to connect to my phone. Let's take it for a test drive, see how it sounds. All right, well, sounds pretty good. Well, the car sounds pretty good. Not too loud, still has a little bit of a throaty, Mustang-y growl, at least for a V6. Also, no more stinky, raw gas smell in the exhaust because the catalytic converters are doing their job now. Oxygen sensors are being able to mix the fuel correctly for the fuel injection. So, I think it's a success. Thanks for joining me on Greer's Rod Shop.